So thanks for coming. My name's Revbecca from Revbikes. I started Revbikes about 7 years ago, and I'm really passionate about transforming existing bikes to electric. I see that biking is a fantastic way to get around, but a lot of people are limited in what they can actually do on a bike, whereas once it's electric, you're really barely limited at all. You're only limited by imagination. I've been asked to speak a little bit about electric bikes generally, the law and so on. So I thought I might do that in the format of a bit of a who, what, where, when, why. Starting with who rides electric bikes? Well, having seen the transformation of that over 7 years or so, it used to be something that was for older people who couldn't ride and keep up with their friends anymore. So the bikes that were available at that time suited that purpose, and so the adoption of electric bike technology never really took off because the bikes weren't suited to your average consumer. So now electric bikes really are being used by everyone across the market. So you've got people that are looking to commute with more independence than public transport gives them without being stuck in traffic, without emitting carbon and so on. For me, it came from a background in sustainability, wanting to have an environmentally friendly way to get around. So I guess who rides electric bikes? Well, it's you. If you haven't got one now, you're obviously interested. It's a matter of time before you get one. And yeah, we really all can do it. What is an electric bike? By definition, an electric bicycle is there's two laws still concurrently running in Australia. So the old law states you can have a 200 watt motor that can be engaged by a throttle or by pedalling, and there was no speed limit associated with that law. However, 200 watt motors by their nature have a speed limit of no more than 30 anyway. The second law that we've adopted a couple of years ago now is the European standard. So that means you can have a pedelec, which is a pedal assisted bike, which can be 250 watts, but it's engaged by your pedaling, not by a throttle. So it cannot be ridden unless you are actually pedaling. So there's 250 watt limit to that law, and there's a 25 k's per hour speed limit to that law as well. So by definition, that's an e-bike. Other things outside of that are overpowered e-bikes, and you're unable to ride them legally on the road, you're unable to register them, so they're a big grey area. So where you can ride electric bikes, in terms of road legal electric bikes, 200 watts of power is about equivalent to what the average cyclist would be able to put out. So it can allow an unfit cyclist to level out the terrain when they've got hills. It feels more like an even surface. It can allow people to go further. So rather than having a sort of 5 kilometre, maybe 10 kilometre radius around their house in which they can go for a bike ride, you can now ride as far as you can possibly ride, and the motor can assist you to get home again. Or, you know, we see people that are doing 30, 40 kilometre commutes to work. So there's a brilliant variety of applications. There's also, of course, if you're doing things like rail trails and things, you've got, you know, almost unlimited battery range. I would say, when is the time to get an electric bike? Really, it's now. Like, people are taking up the technology. The longer you wait before you get one, you're missing out on all the savings and the benefits of having one in the meantime. So for me, I see a lot of advantages in that, and I think that what we've done has helped bring the industry forward to the fact that now e-bikes are commonplace amongst younger generation, middle-aged generation, and the older generation are now realising they don't have to give up the thing that they love, which is riding a bike.